fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name.
So those Jewish people in Israel right now, we call upon the Most High name, so there's fury upon them, man. Because they claim to be us. They claim to do everything we do, to be of our customs, and to even serve the Most High, when they don't. They're the synagogue of Satan, man.
That's right.
But yet they have the audacity to claim that they're the people of the Most High. It's a great destruction for them.
That's right.
That's right.
Get the
Well,
blood.
ask them what the name is.
Hashem.
Shem, that's right. That's right. Because the Most High's name and His Son's name is nothing to play around with. And that's going to be made found when all hell breaks loose, man. Because when all hell breaks loose, the whole world is going to know the name of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
And even if you know the name, Yahweh says, "Men don't say, Lord, Lord, I've cast out demons in your name. Just forget it from me. I didn't know you."
That's right.
Like, made it.
That's right.
You know?
Because you have so-called faith without works. That's why. You weren't out here doing the work. The brother earlier read Romans 8:16. It is our spirit that we're bearers with your spirit that we're children of the Most High.
Right.
And heirs. And if we're heirs, that means we get both the glory and the suffering. We have to do both. The scriptures say that the servant's not greater than the master. So when we're here struggling like Yahweh Shai was when he was down here on the earth 2,000 plus years ago. We're going through the same hell.
Many are called.
Yeah, many are called and few are chosen. Right? So you can't just call upon the Most High's name because you know it and you never did a lick of work.
And not everybody knows the name.
All that stuff.
You know?
And the name's not given out to everybody because not everybody knows the name.
When it is, when YouTube saying it, it's given to you. You know what I mean?
And there's also people who say the name but don't actually believe in the name itself.
Yeah, they don't.
For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him and have made his habitation desolate.
That's right, man.
So notice it said he saw Jacob, it didn't say the whole world.
Yeah, God.
So Moses don't care about nobody else.
That's right.
It's about Jacob. That's right. He said, and they have devoured the whole world. He said, I'm Jacob, man.
That's right. Got a quick script. This is Proverbs 30, verse 4. Who has ascended up into heaven or descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has bound the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou can tell?
And that verse right there will trip a Christian right up. Because if you ask them what's God's name and they say God, but then you bring that up and say, well, God's a title. What's his actual name? They can't give you an answer.
That's right.
Right? We're right there showing you that even the Most High's name and the Son's name is a mystery. It's not just there in the open for everyone to just see as a broad sign like Bond Place Hotel. You're not going to find it anywhere outside like this unless you come to the men of the truth to give it to you. Unless the Most High is willing to reveal it onto you, you're never going to get it.
But you know what, Christians? That's right. Christians don't know how to read. Because that right there, they'll just keep reading and reading and reading.
Yeah, it goes over their head.
And there's apostrophes and commas, you know what I mean? Colon, you know what I mean? So, and that was a question that's been asked there.
That's right.
It's like, I read the Bible, man, I read the Bible, yeah. So what, meditate on that just right there. What's his name? It's a question. Don't pass it.
That's right.
You can't go to the next verse until they answer that question.
That's right.
All right?
And also to add on to that too, because the name you could type in YAH and it'll finish it for you as Yahweh. So now we're in a society where it is out there, but the understanding of that name is not there.
That's right.
You know, because it's one thing to have wisdom, because wisdom's everywhere. Wisdom is everywhere, but the understanding of it is very few. Very few people actually understand wisdom, which means they apply it. Right? Because we said earlier, knowledge is power, but knowledge applied is true power. Right? So if you understand the name of the Most High, well, guess what? You're going to start trying to keep the commandments.
Yeah, but a righteous man is going to understand that this knowledge is actually being fed to you by Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
It's not really by your hands. Like, yes, you're going to put in the work. Yes, you're going to study, but it's really being fed to you by Yahweh Bashim Shai. If you don't know that, then you're really not in the spirit. You really have to understand that it's all spiritual. Because there's certain things that you're going to get. You're going to be like, damn, I didn't even know I knew that. But it just came to you. Right? That's why it's called being enlightened. When you're enlightened, it's not, enlightenment doesn't come from you studying. No. Enlightenment comes from just that light switch being turned on. And that light switch being turned on is not done by our own hands. Right? It's spiritual.
I was just about to say that, just like you said a couple weeks ago, you said that even doing a lesson, in order to do a lesson, the spirit has to be on you to do it.
That's right.
As much as you want to, there's times that you want to,
It
just
won't
won't happen.
It won't work.
So clearly it's not of us.
It's not. That's right. Well, the scripture says that I will give you the words that you should speak.
Got a quick piece at the back of what you were saying, because you know what, this is a gift. That's how you know it's a gift. Because you can't just work, and then it happens, right? It just turns on you.
Well, that's why in Corinthians it says it's not given unto the wise. It wasn't given unto the wise, man.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. And it says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock."
Exactly.
Right? If any
That's the
man
precept.
hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me. So that's what the brother was talking, the elder was talking about, okay, when he said you just get enlightened, it just get given to you, man. Okay, you might be meditating on something and try to do a video, but it just doesn't come out right. And then maybe the next day later, it just comes on you, okay, yeah, this is how I'm gonna do the video, it's all structured like this, and bang, bang, bang. And all that happened in a split second. You know what I mean? So that's how shall I supper with you. Especially when you first come into the truth. Okay, you want to devour everything. Okay, you're excited. But you know what? The scriptures talk about drinking milk and meat being for an older child, an older person. Right? Just like babies, you give them baby food. You don't give them meat, they'll choke on that. So it's also a process, man.
Yeah.
It's a process.
Because it's the Most High that gives you that. Oh, you know that that moment?
Yeah.
That's the Most High. Because someone could teach, but you'll be like, yo, repeat what you just said? Repeat what you just said? I don't get it.
Or you always rewind the video with the apostles.
It's just not making any sense. But that moment where it clicks and you understand, that's the Most High. That's something we can't do. Somebody get that scripture that the Most High gives the increase, man.
John chapter 6, verse 44 says, "No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day."
That's right, God. Which the precept to that is going to be in John again, which is that's one. But which one am I talking about?
15 and 16, 16 and 15.
I
Where
think-
you have chosen me.
No, not that one. Hold on. I'll get it.
This is Isaiah 30 and 20. It says, "And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left."
Like you're going crazy.
Yeah, man.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, because you know what you say? You know, the apostles. and the
Wait, get
teachers-
this truth, man. Somebody's sitting there and watch the video. This book is real.
That's right. Because it's life. That's life. It's living waters.
Your teachers, their voices are going to be in your heads, man.
God.
When you're doing things like, oh yeah, okay, and you really sometimes be talking to yourself. You know?
Hey, I have that increase.
Come on.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 7. So, actually, I'll start at verse 6. No. I'll start at verse 5. "Who then is Paul, and who is Apollos, but ministers by whom ye believe?"
Hey, look at Paul. Paul is a perfect example. Paul was an intelligent man before he was inspired. He was a Pharisee. To water, brother. Paul was a Pharisee, man. He was a alert man. He was taught by Gamaliel, man.
Even he said
Gamaliel.
he learned nothing at all.
Exactly. Until he came to the truth. Until he got the understanding.
That's right.
Until he got knocked off that horse and he got that arm open.
yeah.
He was like, oh, shit.
And it was nothing. Verse Hey, that goes around with the scripture where it says, let them also, if they be fools, let them be fools, that they shall be wise.
Yeah,
you know?
That's right. That's right.
Verse 6, I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase. So then, neither is he that planteth anything, neither he that watereth, but Yahweh that giveth the increase.
That's right. That's right.
That's clean.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
that water is needed, man, because that's what called the valley of dry bones. We dried up, and then when you get this water, it's like
Hey, exactly. Hold on. Before you even say anything, that's a perfect example. I forgot about that. Who gave the breath?
Yeah.
Where did the breath come from?
Yeah.
Where did the breath come from? The breath came from the Heavenly Father, man.